The BEEP test, otherwise known as the multi-stage fitness test. This is another one of the entrance tests that you can prepare for simply by doing it. As in, simply a rehearsal of this even once will increase your scores on the day. A couple of reasons for this. Even though you won't experience any benefits in your fitness change by just doing it once, you'll get some idea of the cadence required so that you're not ahead or behind of the count, because you are penalised if you're running too quickly at the start of the test. And once you actually do run it once, you'll see that you are in fact almost walking at the beginning of the test. It does obviously get more difficult from there. So it is well worth your time practicing. And the second one is that you can work out your turn techniques, and that's really what I want to show you today. So in order to practice this, you can see here today, I'm just using a 5-meter tape measure out on a bitumen basketball court, and I can just measure that out 4 times to give me my 20 meters. Now it turns out on this particular court, it's exactly 2/3 of the court, so I've got my 20 meters. But it's always worth checking because you don't want to practice this either too short or too long. Now, as I said, you will benefit just from practicing this, but I really want to focus you down onto your turn technique today. So I've got a clip here showing you a few basic turns of the way that someone might be running it if they were just running to the line and turning around, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, if you want to increase your score without actually increasing your fitness levels, which is a very good thing, if you increase your fitness as you go, of course you'll get even higher results, but I think everyone wants to get an even higher score on the day. Remembering that most times you are ranked in your physical test scores, it's not just a matter of hitting the minimum. So you can see here in these examples, running over the line, it's fairly inefficient when I compare it to this model here, where we're actually turning before the line, but we're satisfying the requirements of the test by placing one foot completely over the line. It's simply that I'm turning with one foot before, and it's actually a backward step, so I'm ready to then bounce forward onto the next leg of the test. This one simple change in your test could be all you need to jump up from being just under the mark to just above, or just above the other applicants, so you can get in on the very next squat. One last thing to bring up with the BEEP test is your choice of footwear. Although today you can see I'm practicing this on a bitumen basketball court and I've got fairly good grip regardless of shoes, more than likely you'll be doing this test on more like an indoor basketball surface, and that can be slippery. So you really need decent footwear for this. Simple sand shoes that might be a little bit slippery, that's okay for walking around, but when you start increasing the pace backwards and forwards towards the end of this test, one slip, if it's bad enough, means you're on your ass and you just won't make the next test. But otherwise, you just start getting less and less efficient as you start to slide back and forth with your increased pace on that indoor floor. So ideally, get out and practice somewhere at an indoor basketball court before the day. But in any case, make sure you've got decent shoes.